I was going to make a video about saying goodbye to every card that gets nerfed in the patch that happened earlier today, but then the patch unexpectedly hit a bit sooner than I thought. So how about this? We just see how good is Call the Wild with the nerfs coming in. That is a question people would like answered, I think. So I'm taking this deck list, which I saw StrifeCro playing, and it's a deck that I've played myself for a little bit in the past few days. I can't possibly keep anything here, can I? I kind of like keeping tracking though. It's something to do on turn 1, although I think we're throwing it away here. I don't think we can keep any of this. Although against a warrior you might be tempted to just keep high main. That might be a valid option too. I don't know. So is Call the Wild still good enough? That is an interesting question, I think. So let's see whether it matters in this matchup here. Is this the same guy as I faced just before recording here? Because that one was really annoying. What do we do here? Do we coin the secret? I think I like coining the secret. Or just coin Animal Companion. That's good in most occasions, right? Only Bleok would be a little... yeah, sure, let's go for even if it's Bleok, then at least the Eagle Horn Bow gets rid of the Armor Smith. I would prefer one of the other two animals, though. I will definitely say that. Let me quickly check. No, it's not the same one as last time, okay. I guess Fatigue Warrior is just really popular right now, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of like playing Bow here. Getting rid of that Armor Smith. I haven't seen Armor Smith in ages, by the way. Is that just me? Oh. So yeah, playing Barnes next turn. Ooh, that's an annoying card. We could go for the Cloaked Huntress here, and then hope that he triggers our trap. It is reasonably likely that he triggers the trap, but we still... yeah, then we can bow and quick shot that thing next turn. So we could go for Cloaked Huntress into Snipe and Bear Trap. I kind of like that idea, and I like it better than playing Barnes, I think. Although, he doesn't have a way to kill Barnes easily, so it might still be valuable. If Barnes... yeah, sure. Let's go for Barnes. It is a little tempting to just throw away the secrets here, but it's kind of okay, in a way. Azure Drake is kind of the result you don't want to see, although Curator also is not that useful. Oh, Cthulhu Warrior, oh jeez. That is probably not good for us. So what do we do here? We throw some secrets in the ring, or I don't know about that. I would like to get some extra charges on my bow, that's for sure. So maybe we throw away Barnes. Well, we can actually Barnes into the Worshipper. That might actually be fine.
On with the show.
I think I like that. This is not a matchup you would like to see. If we snipe, what do we find if we snipe? I think that's good enough against Cthulhu Warrior. A Divine Shield would be a pity. Do we Explosive Trap? I don't think Explosive Trap really does anything here. He's not going to attack our face. If he attacks our face, we get a bear. No, I think we're fine without. He wants to attack the Cloaked Huntress anyway, so that gives us the opportunity to kill... well, getting an Armor Smith sniped is not the worst thing. At least he's not gaining a crap ton of armor, so that's that, I guess. And also not quite the result we want to see, but I guess it's kind of okay in a way. So we still got the Bear Trap here, and let's take it easy and add Are we worried about any spells from him? No, but it doesn't really hurt either. Does it? It will have stealth, so I guess it's fine. Let's do it this way. I don't like throwing away the high main here, because then he gets to trade his 5/1 in, which we don't want. Yeah, I guess this is fine. So slams his own minion. He really wants to draw that card, doesn't he? So our cat trick triggers. This is actually perfect. This is actually perfect. That was not what he wanted to see there. Alright, I am pretty satisfied with this resolution, as you may very well imagine. So we get to... did we attack last turn? I don't remember. Maybe we... oh, the taunt was still in the way, right? Yeah. And we always attack here to get rid of the armor, so he doesn't have an easy shield slam on a high main. He basically needs a shield main for that. But his Cthulhu is not yet up to 10, is it? No. No, it's not, so that's pretty good for us, I'd say. Okay, it is now. And execute... 2 mana execute on that one. But that's kind of okay, right? So we can't call the wild here. But we are able... we can take out the 3/3, that's okay. Do we really want to take out the 3/3? Yes, I guess we kind of do, because that saves us a minion. So that's probably worth it. Do we throw in the Cloud Huntress? I guess we do. That is a good question. Do we expect some more value out of it? If he brawls this, I guess I'm actually pretty satisfied with it. So let's see if he has a brawl in hand. And if he doesn't, then this Call of the Wild here represents a lot of damage. So yeah, I don't hate it. That is kind of annoying, I will admit. So kills that, kills that. If that goes face, then I'm still pretty satisfied, I guess. So it will have to chew through the Misha first, so I'm fine with that. If he brawls, I'm okay. Let's Call the Wild. And we are not interested in killing that. Thank you very much. Let's put some pressure on the face, because he doesn't have a lot of cards left, so playing a Shield Maiden... If he Shield Maidens here, then he's in trouble. Unless he also shield blocks. That's a lot of armor to get through. I only have 10... what is it? 15 damage? Yeah, that's not Mortal Strike. I was not expecting that, that's for sure. I was not expecting a Mortal Strike here. Well, looks like we might be in a little bit of a pickle here. Just double secret, I guess. We don't have a lot of options. I would like to preserve the weapon. I'm not that scared of Grom hitting me on my face. And if we Explosive Trap... is Explosive Trap even good here? It does get rid of some armor. We certainly want to... yeah, we just want the extra bow charges, basically. And 2 damage to the face is not irrelevant either. So let's just go with it. We're kind of running out of options, but that's why the Curator is in his deck. It's a rather curious option. Okay, snipe that. Looks like we're not playing any minions next turn. Armor's up, alright. Well, we're dealing 5 damage a turn for quite a while, so that's kind of okay. Let's hope he doesn't draw Cthulhu anytime soon. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Yeah, and we're never playing high main. That just gives him the opportunity to trade in his Sylvanas. And his Death Rattle goes off first, actually, so he doesn't steal any of the 2/2s. Does let him... I guess it lets him trade off to Grom, and then Sylvanas steals a 2/2. That doesn't seem too great, but this has to feel pretty good. And Sylvanas has to die before I play the high main. It's just way too risky otherwise. So he has to armor up here, and what is his other card? Does he have Cthulhu, perhaps? That would be troublesome, because I can't kill him next turn, and he doesn't know that. Okay. Yes, let's trekking. Sure, I'm okay with that. And I am not okay with the freezing trap, so let's go Azure Drake. Do we play the Azure Drake here? No, no. The answer is always no. We need to get a timing value in. And do we kill the minion? No, of course we don't kill the minion. We force him to armor up next turn. That's also pretty good. Because if he plays Cthulhu, he's dead, right? Even if his Cthulhu miraculously kills all of our minions. Right. And I think that is game.
Well played. Well played.
That got me nervous a little bit. That Mortal Strike, though, I don't understand that one, but I guess it's just budget Aggro Warrior or something. Shouldn't really overthink it too much at these ranks. 9 mana Cold Wild, still a pretty potent card, I'd say. But let's see if we can find something other than a warrior. That would be nice. Because I've already played a game against Fatigue Warrior right before starting the recording here, and that didn't go too well. Let me say that. Hey, look, it's a warrior. Aren't I glad to see you? It's, again, a bit different name though, so I'm curious what we're up against. Not keeping Explosive Trap, not keeping Curator, certainly not keeping Cold Wild. We need to get a little bit of a head start, I think. And this looks reasonably okay. A little scared of the Secret Keeper. I wonder whether in this deck you actually keep the Secret Keeper until you can combo it with a couple of secrets in one turn. That might actually be viable. Against the warrior, you certainly don't throw it out on turn 1, right? I'm pretty sure you don't. Because we don't have enough early pressure to really force the issue. We can play 2 on turn 2. That's actually pretty reasonable. Yeah, let's go with that. Because then on turn 3 we can play a secret and buff the surviving one, or perhaps we don't. How about that? In this case, yeah, if he has a weapon, we're basically screwed. So we just hero power and then we try to freezing trap this away. Might be more of a N'Zoth build if he's including Huge Toad in his deck. This is really curious. What else do you have? I've seen Huge Toads in N'Zoth decks, mostly mid-range. Mid-range in N'Zoth decks, or perhaps this is just Aggro Warrior. Okay. I should have just played something in the early game, shouldn't I? I should have just kept the Explosive Trap, but I didn't know. How is Freezing Trap here? Seems pretty bad. Actually seems pretty bad. If I get Huffer here, what do? I guess I kill the Toad with the Huffer, don't I? I could Cloaked Huntress into Freezing Trap, but that's not going to end well. Let's go Animal Companion, hope for no Huffer, I guess. I was not expecting Aggro Warrior. Okay, what you got, friend? What you got? Nothing on turn 1, and then double 1-drops on turn 3. That's really curious. On turn 2. Wait. Oh, he coined out a Toad, and then double 1-drops on the turn after. That kind of makes sense. He did coin that out. So, would a Control Warrior ever coin out a 2-drop against a nondescript hunter? Okay, well this is an acceptable result. There's still way too many minions on the other side of the board, and I'm not including Unleash the Hounds in this deck, so I'll have to rely on getting an Explosive Trap pretty soon, or things are looking pretty grim here. Not the biggest fan of this. Do we give him... Yeah, I guess we give him a card, right? We gotta do something, so we better get started with it. I could have also played double Secret Keeper into... No, that's strictly worse, basically. That is strictly worse, except for the fact that I still have a 3-4 in my hand, and now I have a 1-2. There's something to be said for that. I really want to play Azure Drake next turn, though, because we need to start digging for those explosive traps. I think we'll be having a pretty rough time if we don't draw explosive trap within the next 2 draws. Perhaps even in the next one, because we're rather screwed over here. Especially if he recognizes the situation correctly and starts to go face. Oh my. So on a scale of 1 to bottom of the well, how screwed are we? Can we even survive here? I guess we technically can. We can eliminate... We cannot even eliminate the Buccaneer. Well, strictly we can, but that eliminates less damage than just killing the two attack minions. So I guess we should do that. He has 9 damage, so with 1 damage from hand, we are dead. That is not a good position to find yourself in. It is what we have to work with, though. So I guess we're doing this to avoid dying to a charge minion, I guess. And this will have to be the play. I don't see us surviving the turn after that, though, because if he just goes face here, then we're dead next turn. Yeah, there's no possible way we survive here. That is really unfortunate. So what do you got? Well, if he charges... Yeah, okay, that works. I should have recognized what I was up against. Well, I guess we've all died to Aggro Warrior sometimes. They just catch you off guard, and by the time you're recouping your losses, you're back on your feet, and then it's already too late. I have to say, just 1 explosive trap before turn 5, and we would have been in an okay position. Alright, a Druid. What do Druids play nowadays, now that Yogg is no longer a viable long-game plan? That should be interesting. Do we keep Barnes against the Druid? I don't think so. I think we keep none of these cards. We're looking for Animal Companions, Secret Keepers, Trackings, Cloaked Huntress. There's plenty of cards we're actually looking for. There's no reason to keep Barnes, I think. And there's absolutely no reason to keep Explosive Trap without knowing what we're up against. Oh, I guess we're looking for Eagle Armbow. That's also a good early game card. Alright, this is not a horrible start. I don't hate playing Catrick here, even. Even on an empty board? I guess even on an empty board, although... Yeah, I kinda wanna get a secret out that he is unlikely to trigger next turn and then bow something. I think I prefer that over tracking here. Just because it's a little more mana efficient and we don't have a Cloaked Huntress yet.
Are you my master?
So Cthulhu Druid, alright. At least we know what we're up against, and then Eaglehorn Bow should be pretty good here. Alternatively, Animal Companion is really bad if its Hover is pretty good in the other situations. Well, I wouldn't call the Yogg pretty good, so I guess we're going for the Bow. Just clearing away the minion here. And then we can Animal Companion and Tracking next turn with the Bow as backup. I think I like that. This cat trick isn't going to do a whole lot anytime soon, though, so that's kind of concerning. Do we Tracking first or Animal Companion first? There's another great question. Do we even? I mean, we could Bear Trap and Hero Power and hope he hits our face. That's not terribly unlikely. actually rather like that plan. Because I really want another charge before I kill this, but if I Animal Companion, I might be absolutely SOL. I kind of like trekking along with the Bear Trap instead of hero powering though, so let's do this. Grab... I really want to take a high main, but perhaps we should go for the Barnes? That's iffy. Maybe the Freezing Trap is the correct option. Now, next turn I want to Azure Drake, so I'm looking for something to do on the turn after, which is Savannah High main. So I should be going with that, then Bear Trap, and then pass the turn. So I've got my next 2 turns set out for me, and as long as he triggers one of the 2 secrets, which is not a given, but reasonably likely, I guess. He knew I wouldn't play a Freezing Trap here. So there's a decent chance he doesn't attack right now, but I'm not too hesitant about playing the Azure Drake into the 2-1. That's actually kind of okay. So triggers a secret, that's good. I kind of forgot that he didn't coin yet, so that's pretty good for us. Now I do get to attack into the 2-1, and he's even likely to attack face here, which gives me another charge on the bow, as well as a 3-3, so that's pretty good. We're doing well on the tempo game here. Yeah, so let's draw a card and see what's up. That's also not bad. I like some cheap stuff. Do we... Yeah, we just attack this with the bow and go face with the other 2. He might have another Disciple, and that would be a sad little moment for our cat in a hat, but that's just the way it is. There's an Emperor, and that's not pretty. But at least we are decently equipped to deal with that right now. Let's see. Does it matter if we get a Leok? It does not matter at all. Alright, so we are going to make some unfortunate trades here. Let's see, 4-2 plus Quick Shot, 3-3 plus Bow. That saves the Azure Drake and lets us develop Animal Companion still. So it's always going to be Animal Companion and Quick Shot, I guess. That's the only way we actually save a minion on the board. So we have to Quick Shot, which means we have to Animal Companion, and we might as well see what we get here. The damage feels a little wasted, but it's just something we have to do, and we're still reasonably ahead, even after the turn he's used his Innervate, so I don't feel too bad about this. He's got a lot of cards, which is troublesome, but we do have a way to deal with the Dark Arakoa, so that's good. What else could come out? Perhaps a Bronzebeard plus Disciple of Cthulhu? I'm okay with this. I was expecting a Living Roots here, but this is fine with me. I think it's time to curate, or do we just press the advantage? I think we just press the advantage and go for the Savannah High main here, don't we? Yeah, the Curator only gives us an Azure Drake anyway, so we're not hurting for card advantage right now. So this always goes face. Now the question is, does the bow go face? Do we even attack anything? And do we play the Secret Keeper? I'm pretty sure we're playing the Secret Keeper. And now, what do we attack, if anything? This gives an easy trade into the Secret Keeper, but then he will have trouble dealing with this here. If he swipes, I think I'm okay with not attacking at all. I might need the bow to get through a taunt. And if the Secret Keeper trades with the 2-1, then I'm absolutely fine with it. Let's see what his options are. Mulch is looking mightily awkward against the Savannah High main, I think. Ooh, Healing Touch, alright. Well, this might take a while after all. Ooh, Golden Acidic Swamp Ooze, alright. We might be in it for a little while longer after all. but that's okay with me. I think it's time to curate in that case. Because that blocks the ooze nicely, so that holds the fort, and is better than the Savannah because... I'm actually not sure. It holds the fort, but perhaps the Savannah is a better way to still press the advantage. That might very well be true. Do we wish to develop the explosive trap? Are we worried about dying, actually? No, we're not. Let's just force him into some awkward trades. I'm not that scared of the ooze hitting us. So I think we just do as much damage as possible. Make the board really awkward for him to deal with. This is literal hell for druids.
I can see.
How do you possibly deal with 2 Savannah high mains?
Well
He would need an absolutely sick Azure Drake swipe combo, and he's already used an Innervate, so that wasn't going to happen. No, the cat trick did nicely. That secret turned out to be a lot better than people expected, I think. And it's pretty good that it triggers on the coin too. That's actually pretty nice. I was expecting some shamans on the ladder, but I guess we'll fight some more warriors, that's fine. So, against the warrior, we just discovered Snake Trap is actually bad, and Freezing Trap is pretty good in the early game, so I don't mind keeping this one, I think. Let's go with this. It's tempting to keep the high main, but we just seen a Pirate Warrior. Probably a little too optimistic. Alright. That is not the first Malkazar I saw today. So there might be some interesting cards coming up. This should be a good matchup for us, I think.
Greetings, traveler.
Secret Hunter is a little worse in general against Control Warrior than Midrange Hunter, but it should still have a favorable matchup. What are you thinking about? What could you possibly have that is worth playing on this very turn? I agree. I agree absolutely nothing. So next turn, probably Freezing Trap, depending on what comes out, of course. But only if it's Armorsmith would I consider not Freezing Trapping here, I think. I kind of want an Animal Companion and then Barnes in succession. I wouldn't mind top decking a 3-drop, actually. Something like a Cloud Huntress would be really nice. Because in this case, we can just Animal Companion, I think. And then Bow afterwards, and then Barnes. That seems like a nice curve, I like that. There's no reason to... Is this what we want? Yeah, if he slams this, then that's fine with me. If he shield slams this, that's also fine. Sure. It's unlikely that minion comes out. So, whichever way it goes, I think we can be fine with whatever happens. Let's keep the 2 charges on the bow for now. So that is a little awkward, because he will have enough armor to deal with Barnes next turn, but that's... Ooh, I don't like that card. Although with the Freezing Trap we shouldn't be too worried about it, I guess. So let's just run the Barnes out for now and then Freezing Trap next turn. I don't hate that. Sure. I can go with that. We could slam it and then hit in, but then we can bow it. It's actually fine. He will kill the Secret Keeper, but there's not much we can do about that. Should we have saved the Barnes for later? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, that's pretty good. That is actually pretty good. Do we Explosive Trap here? Turn is going to be a little awkward. I guess we're going for this and the Azure Drake. Because we need to get rid of that, and this lets us prepare for the coming turns. Playing Secrets here is not particularly effective, because the only thing we can really do is Freezing Trap and Hero Power, which seems like an awful use of a turn right now. So him trading is fine with us, because that gives us the opportunity to high main. Which he can shield slam, but that's just the way things go. And we can develop some secrets next turn, so that should be nice. Should we have used the weapon there? No, I'm pretty sure we shouldn't. Next turn we can still Eagle Horn plus 2 secrets, so that should be fine, right? Yeah.
All realities.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I will happily freezing trap that. Or we can just play all of them. How about that? How about we just play all of them? And we can even... No, we cannot. We can Eagle Horn Bow and then Quick Shot next turn, but we can do that next turn also. Do I want to develop a new Eagle Horn Bow though? That could be really dangerous if he has a Harrison. I'm not the biggest fan of that. We probably don't even want to develop an Explosive Trap. Although they might be awkward, yeah, I guess it's actually fine. Just need to make sure... this might be too much value for a Brawl, actually. So we need a Freezing Trap. Maybe I don't want a Cat Trick. Because he could Brawl afterwards, but then the 2/2s from the Savannah High Main still survive, so that should be fine still. Sure, let's just throw out the secrets attack phase. As long as he can't Shield Slam and Brawl in the same turn, then it's actually okay, I think. Alright, that is the Freezing Trap as expected, and now...
I have no time for games.
Yeah, Sylvanas is an awkward card, but we can deal some face damage in between. If this runs into the high main, then that's probably fine, right? We don't really have another option, do we? We just start going face at this point. Yeah. That is actually fine with me. We've got some decent follow-up, so even if Sylvanas steals the 3/4, then we still have 2 2/2s. He brawls? Oh yes, of course. The brawl is a little awkward. But as long as the high main didn't live, as long as the high main wasn't the sole survivor, it was pretty good for us. So I'm actually fine here. We have 7, we have 13 damage on the table. 1 brawl down. What are the odds of him having his second brawl? Very slim. Very, very slim, especially with the Malkazar being played. Am I actually fine with taking that risk right now, or... Yes. Yes, I am actually fine with taking that risk. Do we wish to take down the hyena here? No, I think getting him down to 3 health is the preferred option, especially with the quick shot in hand, because if he only armors up, then we are actually fine. So let's see what we have over here. That's a lot of cards. He hasn't played too many spells, has he? He could just Starfire his own face. How about that? That didn't quite do what you wanted it to do. Alright. Yeah, that's a Yogg for 4 spells. Can I count properly? But that wasn't too particularly effective. So I'm pretty satisfied with how that game went. Let's see if we can face a Shaman, just to see all of the nerfs in effect. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing any charge played, but chances of that happening weren't too great to start with, anyway. Another Druid, alright. It's just not a Shaman day, I guess. People must be pretty tired of Shaman, so they're using any excuse to play their other decks. I can't blame them. Secret Keeper into Explosive Trap doesn't sound like too exciting an opener. Let's keep the Secret Keeper though. But I would prefer a more interactive secret than explosive trap. Let's get the secret keeper out there. If it gets living roots, then I'm pretty okay with it.
Greetings, traveler.
Innervate into... what do we have?
Bathe in flame.
Druid of the Flame. Oh boy. I would like a freezing trap here, but I did not. Are we hoping for a secret next turn, or what is the plan? Do we need to be careful with the second secret keeper? That's an interesting question. If I had a secret, this would be so much easier. Even an explosive trap would be preferable here. Second secret keeper, I don't really think that does anything. It gives us 1 minion on the board, but that doesn't it does let us kill the Druid with the Eagle Horn Bow, and both of those, but if Mark of Yasharaj happens... Mark of Yasharaj, excuse me. And that's pretty much what we were hoping for, so that's a pretty good outcome if I say so myself. We don't get the charge on the bow, but that's fine, I guess. He may choose to not attack, because getting the freezing trap on the Druid that he innervated and marked is rather painful. So he may choose to not attack here. And that would mean we get another charge on the bow, but this is also a result I can certainly live with. What comes out on turn 3? Perhaps a Raptor. Raptor could work. If he plays a Raptor, do we kill it? There's images of Dust Devils before my eyes right now, but... 4 mana for a Savage Combatant. I am a little scared of that card, but we could just power through, get a Snake Trap. Not the biggest fan of that. It seems really weak to swipe. Although if he attacks the Secret Keeper, then it doesn't really matter after all. I really like the Snake Trap here, but it does not allow us to do anything else. I guess Barnes is actually fine. Barnes is so much more productive here. I really like the snake Trap in this situation, but it's just 2 mana inefficient, because the only thing we can do in addition is Hero Power. So I'll let him have his enhanced Hero Power for this turn. If he Hero Powers, then it's not particularly effective anyway, so... I am kind of okay with this, except for the swipe part. In each case, we still have the Eagle Horn Bow into Snake Trap, so that's kind of okay. And we have a Curator to restock in 2 turns. Animal Companion for next turn, so I would like something productive. But I'm okay with this. At least the snakes survived the swipe, so that is something. And he plays a 5 mana 2/5, which also makes me pretty happy. Mark of Yasharaj on it. Oh, Darnassus Aspirant. Double Animal Companion seems pretty sweet, and we'll think about what we attack, or whether we attack after we see what we get. This allows him to kill it, but is that really a problem? I don't know. We never Hero Power, we always play the second Animal Companion here. I think I would like to preserve the health on my hover, and it's also really dangerous to let the Darnassus Aspirant live. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I said I was considering not killing that. I would gladly give up a charge on my bow, just to make sure that dies. This is actually a really good Animal Companion roll. I'm pretty happy with that. Although having a Leok instead of the hover also wouldn't be terrible. Especially with the Snake Trap coming up. That is only really bad if he has a swipe, really. And I'm liking the Curator next. This seems pretty sweet. Oh, but here comes the swipe, doesn't it? No, that is not a swipe, so that makes me happy. That makes me really, really happy. right now. So I can trade 2 snakes, 3 snakes plus a 4/2 for the rest of his board, and then Curator to get an Azure Drake. And is it on a high main? Do I want to preserve the taunt? I kinda don't. Because the Curator is a better taunt after all. So I would like to preserve the Huffer in case he has a second combatant, I guess. Or perhaps a Druid of the Saber, then he can charge into it. Because that would be kind of efficient still. And now he can't get rid of Huffer, so he is in trouble. He is most certainly in trouble. Ooh, and we've got some nasty late game coming up. Next question, do we kill this? I'm pretty sure we don't. Let's just bring him down. We've got double Call the Wild coming up, really. What are we scared of? He could Fendrel into double armor, I guess. That doesn't really save him.
Another night on the prowl.
That would be rather dirty, but that is exactly why I sacrificed the taunt. Nice, I like that. If you hero powered there, sir, you would still be alive. Well, not because of the Call of Wilds in my hand, but yeah, that was a pretty sweet game. And that is it for now, I think. We've seen Call of Wild being reasonably effective still, and I like this deck a lot. So thank you, StrifeCro, for the inspiration here. And as always, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you again soon.